Today, I'll be talking with Karen Cross about her new book, If I Had Known, and Doug Benton will be talking with James Reagan about Too Long a Solitude. But first, Karen Cross. Karen is a high school teacher, and on the side, she's taken up writing. And your book, If I Had Known, what inspired you to write that?
Oh, one day I looked at my son, and he was 30, and my daughter was 22. And I just began to think about all of the things that I wish I had known before they reached those ages. And, you know, you look and you reflect, and so it was one of those aha moments. If I had just known these things. So I actually wrote the book for him as a birthday present. And anyway, I let a few friends read it, and they said, you should publish that. And so I set out to do that, and now it's a book.
Now, it's actually about little children. You talk about if I had known you were going to grow up so fast, I would have spent more time catching fireflies and that sort of thing. So I take it your son was contemplating becoming a parent?
Well, not necessarily becoming a parent. It's just those moments when I reflected back on my own life as a parent and thought, oh my gosh, did I work too much? Did we not have enough fun time? Was I trying to clean the house and didn't really focus enough on playing outside? It was from that aspect that I wrote the book. But it is an excellent book for anyone who is contemplating becoming a parent. And I've had a lot of grandmothers who have purchased it for their daughters who are pregnant or their sons who are about to have children, because it just makes you think, okay, I really need to stop and savor the moments of parenting.
Well, especially today when there are so many distractions, everybody's working and worrying about the future, and it's very easy to say, well, I'll play with the kid tomorrow.
And it's very easy to just say, oh my gosh, will the 2-year-old age ever end? Or, you know, they're in the 3-year-old age, and can I just get to kindergarten? And so we don't always, as parents, live in the moment and enjoy that time spent. And so I really hope it's a call to say, whatever age, whatever is going on, just enjoy the moment, because you can never get those moments back again.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I especially appreciate the page where you talk about if I had known I would read more.
Oh yeah, exactly, exactly. Because can we ever do that enough? And so I think when we read to our children, it is just the first lessons that reading is important, and sometimes we don't always do that enough. And it makes our children just love books.
Yeah, if they grow up with them as part of their world, then I think most of them are going to keep them in their world as they leave the nest, so to speak.
I agree. I agree.
So, and it makes it much easier in school.
It does, absolutely. I love to read. My mother was a school librarian. I had 3 aunts that were school librarians, and so I grew up surrounded by books. And my love for books then just translated to my children, who also love books. But unfortunately, I have some kids in school who don't love books so much, and so I try to read a lot to them.
Yeah. Well, if you have some difficulty reading, then you never reach the point where you figure out you can visit different worlds and different times within the pages of a book.
Exactly. I can remember that as a child, just being transported to places that I've still not yet gone, but you know, in my mind and through a book, I was able to go there.
Right. Now, you're a teacher, which is a full-time job.
It is.
How did you find time to write?
I love to write. I've always loved to write poetry, letters to my children, and I've always given my children children's books for their birthday or Christmas. I mean, even now today, I do that same thing. And so I love those messages and just have always written little books for them. And I just thought, okay, I'm going to do this. I have 5 books that I've finished, and so this is the first one that I've actually had published. And I'm excited about it, and and looking forward really to publishing the next books.
Well, we were talking earlier about the fact that writing and publishing is just the first step if you want to become an author.
Yes.
You really have to get out and promote it. Very few publishers these days do any kinds of promotion for you. So have you found that difficult?
I chose Tate Publishing because it is a full-service publishing company, and they do set up promotions for you. And so I needed to kind of learn the ropes, and they have scheduled a few book dates for me. But before that, I was trying to get out there and get my name known, and trying to kind of get set up to time for the release date, which was April the 20th. So in addition to the events that they have scheduled for me, I've just been kind of scheduling my own because I've got all these books that I'd really like to sell. Like, how do I do that?
Right.
And so fortunately, I've had friends and acquaintances who have stepped in and said, okay, Karen, come and set up at my shop, and we'll have a publishing date, so a book signing date. So it's been fun.
Great. Well, and you said you have another book you hope is coming out soon. What's the title of that? The
title of that book is The Rainbow Speaks, and it's all about how nature bows to God, and when God spoke the rainbow out of himself, he bowed in reverence to who God is. So it's called The Rainbow Speaks.
Great. Well, thank you very much. We've had Karen Ponder Cross with us today talking about her newly published book, If I Had Known. You can find it in your library and your favorite bookstore. Coming up next, Ronna Davis and Kelly Rhea have a book for our